All right, made it finally. Whew. Oh, that water looks amazing. Oh yeah, I'm excited. Boy, it's hot today. I really wanted to come out here to my watering hole to take a dip. Let's go ahead and get comfortable. Come on. There we go. Yeah. Whew. Hey everybody. Hope y'all are doing well. A few things have changed out here since the hurricane. It wasn't a horrible hurricane for my area, but just some wind and a lot of rain. But yeah, things did change a little bit out here. It is really, really hot. Well, anyway, what I came out here to do is to do a review. A company by the name of Watelves hit me up and wanted me to try out some of their water shoes. Now normally I don't really get behind anything like that, but you know what, I said this time, you know what, let me give it a go. So I replied back to the email and they replied back, and everything seemed legit, and so I gave them my mailing address, you know, for obviously my P.O. box. And then and they sent me a set of shoes. Sent me these ones right here. Look at those. All right. Now, this is something that I don't think I would ever have thought of purchasing. So it kind of works out a little bit. I've never owned a pair of water shoes before. This company is called Watelves. And they were real cordial, very nice. Shot me over these shoes. They had me pick a size and a color. I said, oh, I want tactical black, you know, and they said, well, we're all out of black. Can you pick a different color? So I picked the one with the least amount of color in it, but it does have a little bit of yellow going on in here. That's okay though. You know, some yellow racing stripes here, and a bit of a kind of a sort of camo look. But I'm really happy with this. I didn't want any bright colors, but and I wasn't even sure how I was going to do this review. But soon after I received the shoes, I got a job as a bioluminescence kayak tour guide at BK Adventure in Titusville. I've been out there for a little over a month now, and I'm loving it. It's a fantastic job. I've been in the water every single night for the last month. This is probably one of the first days off that I've had. The job is going really well. I enjoy it very much. I asked Watelves not to send me anything really bright, but BK Adventure requires me to wear a super bright safety orange shirt so that I'm, you know, more visible on the water at night. So I guess the you know, bright colors was kind of a moot point for these. Still though, whenever I would do a water crossing out here in the wilderness, I'm going to carry these with me so that I don't get my leather boots, which I prefer to wear all the time, wet, because I can't stand wet feet all day. And the last few adventures out, I've had to do water crossings, and like I said, it's just very uncomfortable, and I hate having my feet wet all day. But what better way to do a review is right here in my swimming hole. All right. Now these shoes are super comfortable. I was actually very surprised when I pulled them out of the package. It came in a nice resealable envelope, and my first impression right away was like, they seem like they're pretty decent quality. I actually really like these shoes. They're well built. But I think I will be carrying these shoes with me wherever I go, whenever I do an adventure, so my feet don't get wet. I've been using these shoes in a professional setting every night for over a month. I use them every single night out at work, okay? Now, I don't know if y'all are familiar with the Mosquito Lagoon and Indian River, but the majority of the beaches out there are pulverized seashell. So sometimes those get really, really sharp. It's like having like little bits of razor sharp gravel in your shoes, you know. So being able to take these shoes off and rinse them out, you know, periodically, it's nice. It's a nice change. I couldn't wear my leather boots out there; they'd be ruined in a week, you know. So these have been helping out quite a bit. So like I said, I've been using these shoes in a professional setting every single night, and they're still holding up. I work an average of 5 to 7 hours. That's lifting kayaks off the trailer, launching guests into the water, paddling, and then at the end of the night, load all the trailers back up. And then so there's quite a bit of physical activity out there. Couldn't do that barefooted. And so these shoes are super, super comfortable. All right. I don't think I've ever owned a shoe this comfortable. Now you got to bear in mind that nothing on your feet when it's wet is really good for you for long periods of time. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and jump in this water, make sure I don't have anything in my pockets. All right. Got something in my pocket here. But oop, don't want to put that in the water. Whew, all right. Woo. Oh, that's amazing. Oh. Keep an eye out for alligators out here. Oh, that's amazing. The upper sole is made of a synthetic fabric that's sort of like a multi-layer mesh that allows for breathing and drainage. The pressure areas of the shoe, from what I can tell, has good high-quality stitching all around. The laces are your standard elastic shock cord with a typical cord lock type bead. The insole is made of a durable closed cell foam with fabric laminate for comfort and fast dry time. There's been no rubbing or chafing that would cause any kind of blistering on my feet, and I'm in and out of the water all night and they stay put with no slipping. It's got a nice thick but soft rubber sole that has an up and over wrapped style toe caps for more protection against potential hazards underwater or on the trail. I've tripped over exposed roots and stubbed my toes on underwater rocks, and the shoes protect my toes very well each time. The shoes themselves have no visible damage as of yet. I rinse them every day when I get off of work with tap water to protect the shoe from the corrosive nature of salt water, but also to remove the tiny shells that find their way into the nooks and crannies of the shoe. I remove the insole and I hose it off and rinse the inside thoroughly to ensure that there are no more little pokey bits. Those have proven to be quite painful sometimes. The shoe, however, does take longer than I expected to actually dry. Here in Florida, it is a wet and humid environment, and they stay wet for a couple days unless they're hung out in a warm, sunny area. But so far, that's my only gripe. I've been using this shoe in saltwater every single night for the last month. So far, the shoe has proven to be a really good investment for the price point between $32 to $41. Whew. All right. Man, that felt awesome. Whew. So yeah, I give Watelves 4.5 out of 5 stars. The half point only just because they take a really long time to dry unless you put them out in the sun. And like I mentioned before, Florida is a very wet and humid environment, so it does take a while. You'll need to take the insoles out and hang them up. But that's not a deal breaker for me. So other than that, they perform really, really well. They're good, high quality shoes, and then they're super comfortable. And will I buy Watelves again? Yeah, sure. I didn't know who they were until they reached out. So if I was in the market at the time for a water shoe, I may not have picked this brand. But since they did make themselves, known to me, sure, I'll buy them again. They're a high quality product. They perform really well. As you can see, over a month of nothing but solid use every single night, between 5 to 7 hours of constant use. They held up really well so far. I'll blow through a standard shoe like nothing, and these are holding up pretty good. Would I recommend them to somebody else? Sure. I was like, hey man, I need some water shoes. You recommend a brand? I was like, yeah, get you some Watelves. Yeah, these things are actually really, really nice. So yeah, I'm really pleased with these shoes. Watelves came through with a good quality product. Maybe in the future consider a high top tactical looking version, but for the most part, it's a good quality shoe. I'm very pleased with it. I will be recommending it in the future, but yeah, Jungle J approves. Thank you, Watelves.